Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fade. You already know what it is. We got some true crime interrogation footage to go through this Sunday. Hopefully everybody had a good Sunday. I slept in today, had some pancakes for breakfast. So I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Hopefully you guys are having a good day too. It was a little messed up. What's good, Ocean? Welcome to the channel. Hold on. Yeah, I was messing up. What's up, Danola? How's it going this beautiful Sunday? It says I'm connected, but what the fuck?
Us about it?
Shit.
What have you been doing since that?
I dropped out at 18, spent a year.
Hold on, guys. I'm having some audio issues on my end, I believe. So I think you guys can hear me, but I can't hear the sound.
The interrogation of a woman
All right.
who's
All right, we're back good. We're good.
Shock and confusion, two words that come to mind. Eastwood Ritchie kept a dark secret. A secret, now a confession.
Sometimes it just gets caught in like limbo when it switches from like Bluetooth, when I switch it from like Bluetooth to speaker, and it like fucking gets caught in limbo and like I can't hear it, but you guys can hear it. You just gotta reset the signal.
Nearly 30 years later, new DNA technology, the only thing leading to her arrest and to finally come clean. Shock and confusion, two words that come to mind. Eastwood Ritchie kept a dark secret. A secret, now a confession. Nearly 30 years later, new DNA technology, the only thing leading to her arrest and to finally come clean.
This video contains the interrogation of a woman whose DNA linked her to a baby who was abandoned to die. In 1993, the remains of a newborn infant were found in a wooded area of Ohio. It had been left in a garbage bag, but wild animals had dragged it closer to the road where it was discovered. It quickly made the local news, and the community came forward with donations to pay for the burial. The baby soon became known as Geauga's child, after the county in which he was found. For nearly 26 years, the case remained unsolved, and many had given up hope of ever finding out who was responsible. In 2019, with the rising popularity of DNA testing and online ancestry sites, a break in the case was finally made. After narrowing the search, the detectives were able to identify the mother, Gail Eastwood Ritchie.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Good. Listen, we already trying to share something. We just want to see if we could talk to you for a couple of minutes.
Yo, that's crazy. So basically like 23andMe caught her up. Either one of her family members or herself probably got like one of them ancestry kits. She should have knew better. If it was her, she should have knew better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You have any idea what we want to talk to you about? Because I kind of think you might.
Well, my parents said that you were at their house.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think that's about?
It was about a baby.
Yeah. What about?
A baby that was left.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about it? We're not here to judge you, Gail.
Eastwood Ritchie was not prepared to be confronted at that particular moment, but she isn't surprised that she is about to be questioned. Her voice and facial expression show she would do anything to avoid this conversation.
We don't know what was going on at the time. We don't want to speculate either, okay? So I don't think you want us to speculate. We're not here to arrest you, okay? We are here to take your DNA, okay? And we would like for you to tell us your side of the story, because we'd like to know. As of right now, you're not under arrest. You're not going to be arrested today. But we want to know what was going on. I think after 26 years, it's time. Don't you? It's had to be weighing on you.
Hell no. This cold-blooded killer just been living life, man. She got a whole house. She got a whole garage full of stuff. She probably had a husband. Some more shit. Damn.
Should we go inside?
Well, what we'd like to do is get your DNA, okay? And then we would like for you to come back to our sheriff's
Oh shit, bro, that's crazy.
office so that we can talk. You're not being arrested, okay? But we need to sit down and we need to hear your side of the story. Okay? All right, so I'm going to get my stuff real quick. We're going to take your DNA here. I have a signed search warrant from...
Hey, Brett, greetings. Hello, Canada, brothers from the north.
the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Judge. Okay, and I will give you a copy of that warrant. You will have a copy for you to keep. The DNA process is a very non-invasive process. I'm sure your parents probably told you. Just swipe a Q-tip on the inside of your mouth. We'll collect it real quick. And then we'll go back to the sheriff's office. And at some point today, we'll bring you back here. Okay.
The connection between Eastwood Ritchie has been made through information found on a DNA ancestry site. Getting Eastwood Ritchie's DNA will confirm that the baby was hers and not that of a close relative.
All right, so let me grab my stuff real quick and I'll be right back, okay? Obviously our car's right down the street. I have all the stuff to grab that stuff.
I let my employer know that I'm not going to be into work. That's where I was going.
Just 1 minute. Right now, I don't want you to make any phone calls at the moment. Okay.
I was just going to text her.
Okay. Where's your phone at?
It's right here on my purse.
Okay. Where do you work?
A Marine Laundering School of Dance.
What's good, Jarl Hogger?
Stupid.
Is that all right?
Yep, that's fine. And then I'm actually going to just hold your phone just for officer safety reasons, okay? And we'll explain that to you in a second.
Right. Close my door.
Sure.
You think she fucking signed up for that shit, bro? She signed up for 23andMe and got her ass locked up for abandoning her baby.
Stupid.
So you're a dance instructor?
No, I'm the office manager.
Oh, it's a dance
Stupid.
school though? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a copy of the warrant, okay? This is your copy of the key. Here's your copy of the warrant. That is signed by the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Judge, okay?
Yo, Luke,
Stop the cap.
you did not know this lady. That's funny though. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat, Luke. Lisa, how's it going? Welcome into the chat.
Sorry to do this right here, but you have to understand that the warrant is signed here in Cuyahoga County, so you need to execute it here in Cuyahoga County.
But this isn't something she wants to do while the neighbors watch.
My partner.
Okay.
We're gonna close the door just to give you a price. You know?
Lisa, I can't feel sorry for somebody abandoning a baby. I can't have no empathy in my heart for that. You can leave the baby at the fire department. That's what I always say. You can literally, in America, you can literally take the baby to any fire department. No questions asked. You won't go to jail. You don't even got to talk to nobody. There's a box. I'll show you there's a video. You could just put the baby in a box. It's like a drawer. It's a baby drawer. You could just put the baby in a drawer and just push it in. And then you don't got a baby no more. Like they'll just take the baby and you won't get in trouble. So there's no reason to hurt the baby. I'm not saying people should all bring their baby to the fire department, but what I'm saying is if you're a mother or a father and you're not supposed to be having no baby and like that, like I just, even if you just I can't. Shout out Pamela. Member in the chat just entered the building. Chris Watts, that Detroit player. I see you up in here, boy.
Led us to you. And what we would like to do is, we're not here to judge you. We don't know what was going on in your life at the time. We know that there probably weren't as many options for people at the time, and
No, I see what you said, Lisa. I'm just saying, I just was saying I couldn't have no, even at first, you know what I mean? I can see where your perspective is from. I'm not saying you're entirely wrong. I was just sharing my side.
But that being said, we'd like to, get your side of what happened.
So at that time, my husband and I were dating.
Mm-hmm.
We were sexually active.
Mm-hmm.
I did use contraceptives, but apparently one didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know I was pregnant at the time.
Okay.
I still had my menstrual cycles. And then my menstrual cycles ended up stopping.
Okay.
I don't know how long they were. If you need to know that, I don't know.
But at some point during the pregnancy, they stopped.
Yes, it stopped.
Do you know about when that would have been?
They don't.
In relation, was it wintertime? Or was it? Is there anything you could kind of put to it that would tell you as about when those menstrual cycles stopped?
Yeah, this bitch lying, bro. She knew damn well she was pregnant, dog. You don't just be like, oh, I didn't know I was pregnant. Do you know how unhealthy you gotta be to not know that you were pregnant? Like, what the hell? But even that, no, but that's what I was saying, bro. I know she probably did way more than what they're just saying. Like, I know more shit's gonna come out on this case. But even off top, like, she's just the worst of the worst. This lady's the worst.
I want to say about 3 months before the baby was actually born.
Okay.
And I honestly do not remember
Justine, welcome to the chat.
the date or the day when the baby was born. I do know it was in winter.
It has been over 25 years, and it was a subject that Eastwood Ritchie was probably desperate to erase from her mind. Details, such as the exact day, would not be something she would have made a special effort to remember.
I was at work. I was a nanny for a family in Shaker Heights. I was waiting for them to come home from school. I hadn't been feeling well at all that day. The next thing I knew, I was giving birth to a baby in the toilet. I didn't know what to do.
That's so weird, bro. It's not hard to know what to do, bro. It's not hard. Just call the fucking ambulance. Bro, Ocean, she for sure final boss version of Karen, bro. For real. Catherine, welcome in.
I hadn't gotten home from school yet.
Okay.
The only thing I could think of was to put the baby in a bag. I have no idea what the sex was. I never looked at it. I took it out to my car. I placed it in the trunk. And I cleaned up the bathroom.
Was the baby still in a bag at that time? Or did you put it in something else?
Put it
Like a garbage bag?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And then I went home.
Where were you living at the time?
My parents. I was still
on
at home.
Harwich there?
Yeah. I wasn't sure what to do. No one knew. Then we had and I don't know the time frame from when to when, but camps that were associated with koinonia out here. I came out with our youth group for a weekend.
How old was she? She looked old already. She looked like she in her 40s. Wait, but that means she'd be about 14, 15 at the time right now when this shit happened. Maybe 17 at the latest.
I didn't.
Because she's talking about youth camp, you know?
I got in my car. I left the camp for a while. I got in my car.
From Camp Koinonia?
Yes.
I have trouble sitting there. I apologize.
Yes. I got in my car and just drove. I don't know where I ended up. And I just ended up stopping on a road.
She had a car and shit, though?
I don't know which road. And I took the bag out of the trunk. And I laid it in the woods.
The child was not buried, which made it easy for animals to drag it closer to.
No. I remember stopping on the road. There was a lot.
Yeah, her belly a D cup, her breasts like an A cup. Usually big chicks got bigger breasts. She definitely shaped weird. We got another pear-shaped lady. Bowling ball pin.
A lot of snow. I do remember a lot of snow. And I walked in as far as I could, and I left the back.
Did you ever follow or read any stories or anything, in the news or seeing news clipping, stories or anything like that about anything?
I did not.
No.
I did not know the baby was found.
Okay. At what point do you know that the baby was found? Was it recently? Was it a long time ago? Or
no? You were at my parents.
So that's the first time that you had known that the baby was found?
That a baby was found.
Okay. Now getting back to, you said you were at this family's house in Shaker Heights when the baby was born, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember their name or where they lived at?
I do.
Okay. What was their name?
I'd rather not.
And why is that?
Just so
When the cops rolled up on her, she knew exactly what the fuck they was there for.
You gotta understand, Gil, we need to kind of verify some things, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but, obviously what you've told us, but we need to go back and try to verify some of those things. It's been a long time, so, and you said it was during the week, correct? Because the kids weren't home from school yet?
That is correct.
And so you were kind of a nanny in the afternoon?
I was a nanny all day.
All day, okay. But you said some of the kids went to school?
There were two children.
There's two children, and they would go after school?
Yes.
And then what time would they come home from school?
3:30.
And you would stay till about what time?
6. Usually 6.
See, I think she was a young adult because she's not in school. She's a nanny and shit.
Coroner's report shows that it actually was breathing.
Okay.
So at some point, there had to be something kind of that you heard or saw, and the baby had to be moving, or.
It's possible. I don't remember. I remember picking it up and placing it in the bag.
Did it actually fall into the toilet when you gave birth?
Yes.
So everything just kind of fell into the toilet?
Yes.
Okay, not onto the floor or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so the baby was actually in the toilet?
Yes.
Okay. And then Where did you get the bag from and all that kind of stuff?
I believe it was under the kitchen sink.
Under the kitchen sink, so just a normal trash bag?
Yeah.
Do you remember what color it was or anything? So it could be clear, white, black.
I believe it was black.
Okay, so like a dark colored trash bag?
Yes.
And everything was still attached to the baby?
No, the baby died. Somebody found the baby on the road. Like some animals have been picking at it and shit.
Yes.
And when you put it into the bag, was it still moving or anything?
I don't recall it moving.
You don't recall?
No.
Okay.
You said you were able to clean the bathroom up prior to the kids you were nannying returning home?
Yes.
Okay. And did you, after you put the baby into that bag, did you immediately take it out to the car, or was there some time lapse while you were cleaning?
I probably cleaned and then took it out.
Okay.
I don't remember what.
That's gonna be most of her testimony is I don't remember, I don't remember, I don't remember. I hope this lady gets the fucking chair.
It must have been January of '93.
January of '93, somewhere around there, that the baby was actually born.
Yes.
Okay. Were you active sexually with anybody else besides Mark prior to that?
I was not.
No. So you're confident that Mark is the father?
Her father, yeah.
Okay. Now getting back to the like how the baby was born and placed in the bag.
I did not cut it.
The umbilical cord was still with the baby, but may have been severed by animals.
How did that umbilical cord get cut then?
I don't know. I didn't cut it.
You didn't cut it?
No.
You're positive of that?
I am.
And obviously we're talking about 26 years, so there's, as you said,
That's so gross. Yeah, somebody had to cut it, right? Don't they gotta pull it out the mom, or does it just come out? Did she just pull it all the way out and then leave it with the baby?
some things that you're not real.
That's so fucking gruesome, bro. Oh my god.
Yes, I
Sure.
understand.
But there's no possible way that you cut that umbilical cord.
I'm almost certain I didn't.
Is it impossible, or are you positive that you didn't cut that umbilical cord? Because there's a couple of things that, Gail, you've told us a lot, but there's
Hey, welcome back, Twitch. Yeah, that's what she does, bro.
a couple of things that I am kind of struggling with, and some of that is to do with the baby, because a full autopsy was done. The baby was found. Obviously, that's clear now. And the umbilical cord was cut, and the coroner's report can show that the baby was born alive, and that the baby had taken breaths. So that tells me that the baby was moving, and there had to be some type of screaming or something that you heard or saw.
This is not necessarily true. Not all babies cry, and since Eastwood Ritchie was not under a doctor's care, there is the possibility that something was wrong with the infant.
I don't know if that's just something that you don't want to remember, obviously due to the circumstances.
It's possible, but I really don't remember it ever making a sound.
How about in the bag? Was it still moving around in the bag? Or had it kind of maybe drowned in the toilet? Or was it still kind of moving around in the bag? Well, I can tell you it didn't drown in the toilet because it didn't have water in its lungs.
No, I don't think it stayed in the toilet long before I put it in the bag.
So even in the bag, it's got some oxygen in there. It's breathing. It's taking some breaths. It's probably moving. It's got to be making some kind of noise.
I really don't remember it making noise. I really don't.
I feel like the way the cops asking these questions, it would be more beneficial for her in terms of sentencing if if she was saying like the baby was unalive when it came out. Because I think they want to put murder one on her by saying, yo, it was moving in the bag and it was still alive when you threw it in the woods.
Do you remember the bag making any noise? Was the bag moving, crinkling?
Welcome to the chat,
Not
Krista.
that I'm
That's
aware of, I
crazy.
suppose.
That's crazy. Creel, welcome. Creel Carter, welcome to the chat.
It could have been when I put it in the car.
But either in the toilet or when you quickly put it in the bag, it had to be making some kind of noise or moving around or.
Leith babe, welcome in.
But ultimately, due to your condition at the time, your intention was no matter what, you weren't going to keep this baby.
I didn't know what to do.
You didn't know what to do. But
Hey, thank you for the sub.
because of those circumstances, you didn't know what to do. Was it because you were young, because you weren't married? You're afraid to tell your parents. I understand you're Baptist.
I was definitely afraid to tell my parents. My father was very adamant about not having children before you're married. Because the sister and nieces all had children.
Shout out Ocean for them jewels, man. Thank you for them jewels, Osh.
Didn't want that.
Welcome to the chat, Alyssa, Elizabeth, welcome in. Ross, how's it going, man? Hope y'all having a great Sunday. We're watching a little bit of interrogation footage of a woman who abandoned her child after birth about 26 years ago and was caught by a 23andMe type company. They ended up linking her DNA to an unsolved case.
I can understand that.
Stereotype.
What else was going through your mind at the time? Why you said that I don't know what to do. I'm not keeping this baby. What else was going through your mind at the time?
Well, I think part of it was more of just where I was at. And worried about the kids.
Whoa, chill with the spoilers in the chat. Let's go.
Coming home. And I didn't know what to do.
But you had known for some time that you were pregnant. At least a couple months when you mentioned and you're afraid to tell your parents that you were pregnant. So you had known for some time that you were pregnant. So at least for a couple months, correct? Can we say that? You said initially you didn't know you were pregnant. You were still having your menstrual cycles, and that does happen.
I also think because of that, I didn't know how.
Hey, Nikki, welcome in. Sarah, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a good Sunday.
Far along I was.
But you hadn't told anybody.
I had not.
And you weren't sure what to do.
I was not.
And did you intend on having the baby, or what were your intentions? Should have kind of come unexpectedly that day, but it sounds like you had made your mind up that you weren't in the right spot at the time. You weren't telling anybody. This was kind of what you were planning on doing.
Alicia, yeah, the worst type of birth control. This is like, yeah, this is a crazy one.
For lack of better words.
I suppose.
Had you planned on? What were your plans when you found out you're pregnant?
I don't know.
Eastwood Ritchie may not have had any sort of plan. It would have been easy for her to go into shock or denial, completely avoiding thinking about the subject so she didn't have to make a decision.
I don't know.
I feel like the narrator and these cops are like giving her leeway. I feel like this cop is trying to get her for murder one, but they can't show this bitch no sympathy, bro. Like I said, just like when people hurt old people, people who hurt children and senior citizens, bro, are the worst. Like the fucking scum of this earth.
What I don't remember. I don't know what my intentions were.
I mean, were you gonna? I mean, at least for some period of time, you know you're pregnant and you're gonna keep this baby, or you're gonna tell Mark at some point. Or you're just gonna get rid of it and act like it never happened.
I'm not sure. I've never been good with confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've always tended to keep things to myself to avoid confrontation. So I'm not sure what. I don't know if I ever had a plan or what I was going to do, or I don't remember.
What do you think Mark would have said if you would have told him at the time?
I'm not sure.
Had you thought about that? Like what you're going to tell Mark, or when the baby came?
I don't even know if I thought about it. I don't know. I don't know if I was going to tell him or.
Did you think there was going to be confrontation with him when you told him?
Not in a bad way, but I've always had trouble.
She gonna blame like some fucking social anxiety disorder bullshit. That's her play.
Dealing with things situations. I don't know.
How long had you and Mark been dating when this happened? When did you meet Mark?
We went to church together, so I've known him most of high school. And then I'm gonna say,
what's good, Rick James? It's Rick James, bitch.
I liked him when I was 16. Do you remember that? And then we separated for a while. And then I want to say when I was 17, we kind of hooked back up again.
You guys have been dating ever since, pretty much, dating or married since 17. And when were you born?
19.
See, that first baby, like, that shit was when she was like 20, dog. She wasn't even in high school. Like, she was already a grown-ass woman. Working as a nanny and shit, bro. That's crazy. There's no excuse.
1970.
So, 87-ish, you guys met? You were still in high school, right?
I was, yes.
And he was out of high school?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been dating for a couple of years?
Yeah.
At that point?
Yes.
And I'd say later that year you moved in together, and following year you got married.
Oh shit! Welcome Ingrid. We got another member who just showed up to the live. Man, everybody show Ingrid some love. Give her some hugs. Shout out the chat.
93.
You moved in together, and then you got married in 94.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you think he would have taken it at the time? What do you think he would have said? Were you afraid that he was going to leave you? What was your concern with telling Mark? I can understand you said your dad didn't want you to have kids out of wedlock.
Ocean. Thank you for those jewels, Ocean. Appreciate you.
It was probably, yes, I was probably afraid that he would leave. I didn't want nothing to do with that.
The couple would go on to have 3 children after they were married. When Mark learned of the first pregnancy, he was understandably shocked.
And what makes you think that about Mark? You'd obviously known him for quite some time.
That is true. I think I was afraid also for...
Rita, it's a reaction channel. That's kind of what we do here. Especially once we got to stop it. If a member shows up, I got to rep for my members. I got to rep for the members. You think I'm not going to pause the show for a member? Come on now. You probably not even subbed and you making requests. That's not cool, Rita. You brand new to this community.
What his family would think. So I always go to the worst scenario and not the best scenario.
And what was the worst scenario in your mind?
Him leaving.
Him leaving. That was the worst scenario. And you didn't want him to leave you. So, in your mind, the way to keep him is to not have this baby. Because you wanted to keep him around. Right? So that's why you hadn't told him, and that's why you hadn't told your parents. And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, so it seems like this was kind of your plan, whether or not it happened that day or another day, but this is what you had anticipated happening, or the outcome being.
Oh shit, H-Town Steve in the house, man. How's it going today, brother?
You weren't going to tell anybody, you weren't going to let anybody know that this
Jeremy, welcome to the chat, my boy.
was happening, and whether it happened that day or another day, this was your intentions, because you didn't want to lose Mark, and you didn't want to upset your families.
So
I don't want to put, was that your intention? It would appear that way. Because in your mind, if you tell Mark he's going to leave you, if you tell your parents you're going to be ashamed, and if his family finds out, you don't know what they're going to say.
What you mean? Back in the 70s, if you had a baby at like 20, 21, ain't nobody judging you, bro. That's not even young for a kid back then. Like, women were already wives and shit, bro. Like, times were a lot simpler. You feel me? Like, this lady is just a psychopath. I don't know what she was on. She had a boyfriend that was steady. Like, I don't know what she was on, bro, but she's a psychopath. I guarantee you she's done some other weird shit.
And we're not here to judge you, Gail. But if that was your intention, then
I don't think it was mine.
Had you seen a doctor at all?
No.
No. Had you been to a doctor prior to that?
No.
No? You didn't go to a regular doctor? You didn't have like a family doctor that you saw if you got sick or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether she chose to give the baby up for adoption or leave it in the woods, Eastwood Ritchie would not want to go to a doctor and have the pregnancy on her medical record.
No one.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. Maybe that wasn't Mark's baby. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't her dude's baby. Like, the story just not adding up, bro. And like her lack of like care or emotion. I think someone said that in the chat. Like her lack of emotion is just so chilling. You know, like I can't fathom what's going through her head. Man, shout out my boy Chris Watt, man. Chris Watt's always with that Detroit player money, man, coming through with the super chat. Everybody show him all the love in the chat because he's sponsoring your extended viewing period, man. Definitely sponsoring the episode. So show him love in the chat. But like I was saying, like the lack of empathy, bro, is crazy to me. Like, you could put a baby at the fire department. Like, you don't even have to do all the paperwork. That's why I be so sad. Cause I'm like, bro, I'll take your baby. Like, if I seen somebody doing some weird shit like this, I'll be like, bro, I'm not even gonna call the cops. I'm just gonna take your baby to the fire department for you, bro. I'm like, I know it's safer there.
We were older than pediatrician. My parents didn't, make us go to a doctor.
You didn't have like an annual physical or anything like that? Did you play any sports in high school?
No.
No?
313, fuck free world. 313, fuck free world.
Didn't do any kind of extracurriculars where you were required to?
No.
When's the last time you saw a doctor prior to the baby being born? What'd you say?
Oh, this is maybe 15 or 16.
You were 15 or 16 was the last time you went to the doctor?
Yeah.
So what would happen if you got sick, like a cold or you got the flu? Where would you go?
We didn't go anywhere.
You didn't go anywhere. If you needed antibiotics or anything like that, strep throat, ear infections?
No, I don't recall going.
Did your family have health care insurance?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No, I don't even know if my mother has health care now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we had health care then.
So you hadn't been to the doctor even when you found out that you were pregnant? You had never been to a doctor or anything like that? Did you think about seeing a doctor?
No.
Was it something that came up in your mind, like maybe I should see a doctor? Obviously, for a couple months you knew you were pregnant.
Right. I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh shit, what up, Sheena? Welcome to the chat, girl. Oh, she lying for sure, Chris. She stay lying. Like Pinocchio.
I didn't know who to go see or who to contact.
So for basically the last 26 years, you've just kind of kept this bottled up inside?
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you've confided in or knew that you were pregnant? Or
I have not.
Nobody knew that you were pregnant?
Nobody knew I was pregnant.
You've never told anybody about
Sheena with the jewels. Let me get them jewels.
it?
I never told anyone about it.
How about Mark? How do you think he's gonna deal with finding out what happened?
I'm not sure.
What do you think he's gonna say about it?
I'm not sure.
How do you think he should go about finding out?
Well, I'm hoping that I can tell him.
Okay. And what would you say to him?
I think I would just go through what we just went through and tell him.
And you're not sure how he's gonna take that?
Oh, her husband don't know yet. I don't know about that. I hope he don't know. If he don't know, that makes me think she was sleeping with somebody before him. But then she told him, like, you took the V. But he couldn't have took the V if she was already pregnant. You feel me? So maybe she was using chick logic. I don't know. That's not even just evil demon logic. Demon logic. Like, I don't get what she was on.
Sure, he'll be upset.
That's not girl math, right?
Do you think he deserved any decision back then? Or any right to know and be a part of that decision that you made for the two of you?
Back then, I didn't know what to do. Today, it's a whole different.
I understand that you may have made a different choice knowing what you know now, but do you think that it doesn't really answer the question? Do you think that he deserved the right to have a choice in that decision that you made for the two of you?
Yeah.
What do you think his choice would have been back then?
Oh, that's why I said that's not that, right? Like, that's not what that is, right? Like,
If he would have known.
May have been accepting of it.
So he wasn't really given that opportunity.
Yeah.
somebody said she's like a robot. Yeah, she's like a fucking, yeah, a robot. Like an AI. Like, I can't even tell. Like, I be thinking it's paused
Because he would have
sometime,
wanted
but
you
she's just sitting there, like, so fucking still. She's like a statue
to keep it.
or a picture.
No.
Picture.
So you think he would have wanted
Welcome to the chat, Morella. We always do. We always do that.
you to keep it?
Probably.
Yeah, Krista, that's what they be signing up for. When DNA, yeah, they got your DNA. They own that shit now. Once you send your shit off, they own your DNA profile. Like, they can do that. They can do whatever they wish. That's part of their data.
So is that why you didn't tell him? Because you didn't want to? Because you weren't sure what to do? And you didn't want him to have you keep it because you weren't ready?
Roxanne, welcome to the chat.
That kind of makes sense why you wouldn't tell him. I don't think it makes a lot of sense if he wouldn't stick with you because he married you, you bought a house together, you had kids together. So I think his intentions were that, but I don't think you were ready for a child at that time. And he was obviously a little bit older, so maybe
I
he
was
was
more scared.
About being a mom.
No.
Shout out OSHA, man. Coming through with the jewels.
No, I worked with children. I was okay with having children. I think I was more concerned of his loving me.
Bro, Final Boss Karen is
Probably been.
heartless. Final Boss Karen, bro, is heartless. Fuck trying to skip to the front of the line. She was like, I'm just like, who didn't know how you? Nobody must have cared about her because I don't believe that nobody saw that she got pregnant. She couldn't have just always had this shape, bro. Mark wouldn't have got at that if it always looked like that. Like she had to have a quality, you know what I mean, that he liked. So her body had to have changed, bro. She went through a whole pregnancy. It wasn't a miscarriage.
In the back of my mind.
So do you think he would have loved the child better or more? And
No.
you wanted his attention?
No. It's really the only man.
Ladies, if you've had children before, would there have been any way for someone around you that cared about you not to notice your body changing, right? Like you could just look at the females around you that love you. You don't even have to be like their husband. If it's like your cousin, your sister, your mom, you know what I mean? If you've seen them go through pregnancy as a male, I've seen it. And in like the fucking passenger seat, you know what I'm saying? And I could see the different stages of their body before and after. Like, I don't believe this shit, bro. I believe it was more people in on this than just her. They at least knew and helped cover it up or didn't say nothing.
That ever loves me. And I wasn't sure if we'd get married. I was always afraid of losing him.
I just can't believe that. I just can't believe that some women's stomach don't grow at all. Like, I don't believe that, bro. Like, hell no. When a woman's 9 months, bro, they be looking like, and the stomach is tight, like a basketball. It'd be like an alien. You can see the baby move.
So I didn't want to lose him. And I think back then, my thought must have been that.
Alicia, right. Like I agree with you so much. Like I think there's definitely it can slip on you maybe the first even 3 months, maybe even 4 months. But if you go through the full cycle, at least month 7, 8, or 9, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Because I would feel like even if you're a bigger framed woman, which is a beautiful, you know what I mean? And that's awesome, you know? Like I think there would be some changes in your hormones, your physique. Your feet gonna be swelling. Something's gonna happen. Something is gonna be different.
Then I would lose him. Because I didn't know any better.
Losing Mark was possibly the biggest motivation for Eastwood Ritchie to make the choice she did. The thought of losing him was so devastating that nothing else mattered.
So you would rather lose a child than take the risk of losing Mark to the only man that's ever loved you. So that was your thought process at the time?
I think so.
That's something that, this is a very traumatic experience, and this is not something that goes away. This is something that, you know, obviously has been in your mind for the past 26 years. I can't imagine a day has gone by that you haven't thought about it.
Well, not ever knowing if the baby was found, I didn't.
So you never saw, I mean, there was news articles, newspapers, news stories, even up until 2016. There were news stories on WKYC and different news, and there was, you know, reward posters and all kinds of stuff. They had a ceremony for the baby.
I did not know.
You never heard that throughout the years.
I did not.
What threw your mind when you found out that we were at your parents' house 2 weeks ago?
So my dad called me. So I was at home. It just.
Did you still have it when your twins were born?
Oh, no.
No.
No. No. I don't even think. I don't even know if I can remember if I had it when we were married. It wasn't a very good car.
Yeah, it was over.
It was.
What year did you get married?
Dang, Brandy, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm glad you didn't I'm glad you're healthy though. I'm glad you're here and doing well. Derek, welcome in. Everybody show Derek a lot of love in the chat. Give him some hugs. You know, we got to shout out the members. But yeah, Brandy, that's what I was saying. It could be 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? I could get that. But a full pregnancy is different. Like, that's what I'm saying. Miscarriage is not the same as going all the way through the pregnancy and still not knowing until the baby came out, like the day of. Like, to me, that's just hard to believe.
94, October 1st.
October of 94. You said you moved in, what, September
93.
And that's to the house that you currently live in now?
Yeah.
During your pregnancy, Mark never knew that you were pregnant. He could never tell. Did you remain active with him during that time frame?
I believe so.
Yeah. And you could never tell that you're pregnant. It never came up, like,
He never said anything. I never said anything.
Some women are able to carry a baby to full term without ever realizing they're pregnant, and those around them often miss the signs because they're not looking for them.
obviously at that time you guys had to be talking about some type of issue.
That's what I said. Was nobody paying attention to her, bro? Like, not one of her friends was like, bro, are you pregnant? Or her family was like, dang, bro, you eating hella food. Like, something.
Future together. Because just a few short months later, you kind of moved in together, and within a year and a half, you're getting married. So there had to be some kind of talk.
So we did purchase the house in '93, but he never let on that he was gonna I had no idea that he was going to propose to me in December of '93.
So it wasn't even something that you guys had talked about having a future and kids, and never came up in conversation.
Edward, welcome to the chat.
Just kind of came up out of the blue.
Did you run track, Brandy? Were you a runner?
Right. I mean, we had talked about it, but he was, because of purchasing the house, just felt like it wasn't.
That's so crazy because they were purchasing the house. It would have been the perfect time for a baby. That's the exact opposite of what she's about to say.
Times that he could purchase a ring or anything like that.
Financially, he was kind of strapped.
Yes, he felt strapped.
Did it kind of come up in conversation
yes,
while you guys were dating?
I'm sure it did, yes.
And what was, I mean, was he always of the opinion he wanted like a large family, or what did you two talk about?
I think we were both agreed that we thought 3 children was a good, nice number of kids.
So you both had wanted kids?
Yes.
And talked about having a couple, at least 3?
Yes.
It was a good number, so.
Yes.
And they had come up throughout your dating?
Periodically. I mean, it wasn't point of conversation all the time.
No, I'm sure it wouldn't be. But you guys talked about having a future together and,
yes,
and raising a family.
Yes.
So it seemed like.
Dang, Brandy, you be flipping. What type of gymnast? Was you like a floor gymnast or were you like a balance beam gymnast? Which one was it?
You wanted to have kids.
Yes.
And eventually you did have kids.
Yes.
So again, what is it that was going through your mind there in March? That made you think if this was coming up in conversation and you guys were talking about having a future and getting married and having 3 kids, what is it that he wants kids? When you guys are dating, you're talking about it in the future. What is it that made you not want to tell him?
I was scared. I was scared to what my father would think.
Eastwood Ritchie was 22 at the time and fully capable.
Yeah, what she mean what my father would think? That's what I've been saying this whole time. Once we started doing the math, and I was like, bro, she's not like a young teen. There's really no 22. Hey, Anastasia, welcome to the gang, man. Appreciate that subscription. We are on the road to 10K, and I believe we're approaching 4,000 right now. Let me give y'all a channel update. Oh, we made it. Hey, shout out the gang, man. We're at 4,010. Man, we about to crush. We about to crush 4,000s. We about to get straight to 5,000. We already at 4010. You know what I mean? So shout you guys out. And let's see what other lies this lady about to tell though. Oh shit! Perfect timing, Justice. Hey, we got another member in the building. Everybody give Justice a warm welcome. Give her a lot of love and hugs.
Later that year, he buys a house and proposes to you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't. I'm struggling with the fact that you're scared to tell him. When it's just met. There is a.
Oh shit! Sheena with the jewel skis.
One night stand.
I know. I don't.
It seems like there's more, and you're giving us a lot, but there's just something else that was going through your mind at that time, and I don't know what it is. If again.
See, Krista says she only gained 8 pounds. That's wild. What was the baby big? Was your child big, or was he or she a small baby? I wonder if that has a lot to do with it too. That might have something we're not thinking about. But I'm sure at some point Like, it wasn't the day of. Was it the day of the baby coming out? Like, let us know. This is interesting.
I don't want to put words in your mouth if you just weren't ready at the time, or what was going through your mind. I could see if Mark's saying, listen, I don't want kids, I never want kids, we're never getting married, but he's talking about it, and you guys are having conversations about it. You guys are even talking about, we want 3 kids, and lo and behold, you have 3 kids. And very shortly after, you're moving in, you're getting engaged, you're within a year and a half, you're married and living together.
Hey, be wise, open eyes. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome back. Tim, how's it going today, man? I hope you're having a good Sunday.
I'm not sure. Really, not.
The detective is pressing Eastwood Ritchie for a better answer than "I don't know." He is willing to entertain the possibility that the act wasn't premeditated, but that suspension of belief is harder to maintain the longer she refuses to be honest about her thoughts at the time.
Hey, Dose just came in the chat. Another member just snuck in the building. Dope. I appreciate you. I see you leaving comments on our uploads and the replays. That really helps the channel out a lot, guys. Go check out our Ring Doorbell series. If we could get that channel, that video to do good, man, it really changed a lot of things for the channels, man. If we could get that series to start catching on the same way that we get the same views we get on our lives, it would help the channel out immensely. But I see you out there. You an MVP for that, Dose.
Other than I was afraid of losing him because of it.
But again, he's talking about that like he wants to have kids.
I understand.
I would think most women would think opposite, that it was a way to keep him, that it would almost be a way to keep him. We have a child together, and it's kind of a way to. But I don't understand how that would make you afraid to lose him. You guys have had a relationship for several years. You're in a relationship.
Yes. We were in a relationship.
Hey, Hector, welcome in. Welcome in.
I was afraid. My father finding out. That's all I can think of. I was afraid of losing him. Mark took me to the hospital.
Mark took you to the hospital and Christian.
When we were married then.
We had kind of connected some family members on his side of the family as well. Not as extensive as we had on your side of the family. We've actually been working your side of the family for quite some time. We have probably 1,400 people in a family tree that we amassed.
Damn. So it wasn't even her that did the 23andMe. It was a distant relative, like a cousin or some shit. And that's how they connected her. I like that shit. I like that shit, bro. I know some people don't like that shit, but I like that, bro. I like them solving cold cases like this. You shouldn't just be able to walk around. Fuck that.
Working the DNA back until we recently, I would say, made contact with your parents, but we believe that he was related to the baby as well. So we made contact with him. He had made some statements that were a little contradictory to what you had told us. Had you ever
Damn, Dose, that's wild as hell. Nicole, welcome to the chat.
been pregnant prior to this pregnancy?
No.
No. There's, besides your 3 children that you have and this baby that we're talking about today, is there any other pregnancies or children or anything besides those 4?
No.
Throughout your whole, life up to this moment.
Even prior to 93?
No.
Because your husband had indicated that he was aware that you were pregnant at some point, and that you told him that you were going to a doctor, and that you had told him that you were pregnant. We have other investigators that were out with us today, and they're actually speaking with your husband right now and have been for quite some time.
No.
When asked if she had been pregnant at any point before the baby she left in the woods, Eastwood Ritchie is only able to give an extremely weak negative reply. It is unconvincing, as is her answer about whether or not her husband ever knew she was pregnant.
Were you pregnant again prior to this baby we're talking about today, and you never told him?
No.
So you, for sure, only been pregnant 3 times in your life.
I had a miscarriage before the twins.
Roan, welcome in. Manny Man, welcome back.
But we were married then.
Okay. When do you think that was?
I think it was 95.
Okay. And he was obviously aware of that pregnancy, or no?
Yeah.
Hey, M. Hottie, welcome to the game. Appreciate the sub.
How long you were pregnant?
Pretty sure I heard the heartbeat.
Do you know what trimester that would have been?
It was 95. I know I lost the baby in September.
Of 95, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Which doctor were you seeing at that time?
It was Dr. Herman.
Herman? And where was his office located?
At Hillcrest.
At Hillcrest Hospital?
I think he was across the street in those medical buildings.
Okay. How many times did you go to see Dr. Herman?
For that pregnancy and then for the twins.
Okay. But how many times did you see him for that pregnancy specifically?
The first one?
Mm-hmm. The one that you had that you lost?
The miscarriage?
Yes.
2 or 3.
2 or 3 appointments you had with him?
Yeah.
And was he aware that you...
Maybe she left that baby because she was doing drugs back then. That's what I come to as my conclusion. I think she's talking about her miscarriages now, but I think she left her baby at 22 because she was on drugs.
You had the miscarriage?
Yes.
Dr. Herman was?
Yes, I was at Hillcrest and had the miscarriage.
You were in the hospital when it happened?
Yes.
So that one is documented?
I believe so, yes.
Well, if you're in the hospital, it should be.
Okay.
Yeah. Then that was 95-ish. You said September of 95?
Yes.
But you weren't sure how far along you were?
Maybe 2 months. 2.5 to 3.
So most likely still in the first trimester?
Yeah.
Was there ever a time prior to the incident we're talking about today that you ever thought you could have been pregnant?
No. No.
You said that you and your husband, did you like him when you were 16? Did you guys date a little bit when you were 16?
We did.
What caused you guys to separate? You said you separated
He
for a while.
didn't ask me out anymore.
Okay, so you went on like a couple dates, or were you guys kind of,
Yeah.
exclusively seeing each
Oh
other?
yeah, no, just a couple dates.
Okay.
No.
No, just a weekend getaway.
Right.
Okay.
Talking to some of the witnesses would normally be helpful, but in this case, the detectives are unlikely to gain any new information. It has been over 25 years, and any teenagers at that time would not have been paying close attention to their camp counselor.
You said it doesn't bother you to go out to that camp at all?
Well, it hadn't.
I would ask if people had pictures. I know there wasn't like camera phones and shit back then, but there was hella disposable cameras and shit. And a camp would take pictures. So you'd be able to see if her body changes over the course of the summer camp.
Did you ever wonder what happened or think about, I wonder what happened?
I think I did for a while after. But then I never heard anything, so I think it just, I had 3 kids that I was raising and involved with.
You said you were obviously still with your husband during the pregnancy. You stayed together, and you said he was not aware of it. What measures did you take to hide that pregnancy? You said you were still intimately involved with him. How were you able to keep him from knowing you were pregnant?
Well, like I said, I was always heavy set. So I don't recall really showing or like women do.
Did you gain a lot of weight, do you remember?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't. I think I probably stayed about the same as I always was. I was always over 200, 230.
Damn. I didn't think she was that big, that young. That's crazy.
In weight.
Every woman's different in different pregnancies. Sometimes you gain weight, sometimes you don't. So every time it could be different. Did you take any other steps to try to hide it from Mark?
No.
No. Because obviously you don't want him to know.
Right.
But you didn't have to do anything else to keep it from him? He just...
I don't think so.
Since this has all been kindled up in the last 2 weeks, what's going on with you? What is this? What are you feeling right now?
I'm ashamed, embarrassed. I thought about taking a bunch of pills today.
When did you think about that today? When you saw us, or earlier before that?
No, all day.
All day even?
I woke up with that feeling.
Are you still thinking about that now?
Now she wants to commit suicide because she's guilty.
I did on the news. It was probably a 12, 15-minute article that they did on the news. So this is something that was and is something today very big in the community here in Geauga County. There's people that, like we said, donated clothes. They donated the burial expenses.
There's a
headstone.
Yeah, there's a headstone and a memorial. They did a ceremony and did a headstone and memorial. And your child is referred to as Jaga's baby.
because so many members of the community donated different things for your child. And they maintain that gravestone. So this is something that is very big in the community. And with that being said, we are concerned for your welfare and, what is the best place for you. So where do you think the best place, would it be with your sister maybe?
Probably not.
Hey, Brooke, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you stopping by.
No. Why do you think that? We have not told her. We did have a search warrant for her DNA as well, but we did not execute that today. So we have not made contact with her. We've only made contact with you and your husband today.
Even if her husband is willing to forgive her, Eastwood Ritchie might be in danger from the general public. It is a famous local case, and many people have strong feelings about the...
Is there a place that you can be safe tonight, or that you would feel safe?
I don't know. Am I allowed to see
Y'all finna let her go?
Mark?
I don't know how that's gonna go.
I never.
You didn't want to know?
I never looked.
Okay.
I don't know.
What happened after you gave birth to the child?
I did the same thing. Put it in a garbage bag.
And what did you do? Anything else that you need to get it out there? You've come, clean with this, what's happened here. You've told us what's happened. If there is anything else that your DNA is going to link you to, because unfortunately there are other baby cases that happened, and those are still open. And then there's other homicide cases here in Geauga County and in Asheville County and Lake County. And now that we have your DNA, it's going to be compared to all those cases. It's going to be in that system. So if there is any other issues out there that we need to talk about, now is the time to do it. Because I'm not getting warm and fuzzy that this isn't the only time, that there may be some more times. And it's going to be compared to all those other cases, Gail. And the last thing you want to do is say that you came in here and be honest with us, because, part of what happens is, truth in sentencing and showing genuine remorse and coming clean. And if there are other issues, now's the time that we need to talk about them. And I truly believe that you know that there is other issues. And we're here to listen. We're not here to judge you. We're not yelling and screaming. But you know and I know this isn't the only time. That there's more times that this has happened. And now is the time that you need to tell us about those, Gail. How many other times has this happened?
One other time.
One other time? And when was that? Was it before or after this child?
Before.
Before. Is that what Mark was talking about in 1991? Because he had told our investigators in 1991 that there was another pregnancy that he was aware of.
I didn't tell him
Okay.
I was pregnant. So he may have known.
Eastwood Ritchie is still unwilling to admit she told Mark about either of the pregnancies.
She didn't. I don't know if she told Mark, but I just think Mark was like, bro, I can't keep telling him that I didn't notice she was pregnant. Like, that's not going to keep working. You know what I mean?
I did the same thing. Put it in a garbage bag.
And what did you do with the garbage bag?
I left it.
What do you mean you left it? What does that mean, Gil?
I took it and left it over by medical buildings in Euclid.
Where did you leave it exactly?
That's her plan B.
There's a road called Brush Road. It goes up behind very tall medical buildings that are there. And I just left it over in the tall grass.
Kind of like
Stupid.
Who would do some shit like that? Who just... And she got away with it. The plan was so dumb, it was genius. She got away until one of her younger fucking cousins signed up for 23andMe, probably.
the field area you left in the tall grass.
Yeah.
What time of year was this?
Summer. I think it was summer.
Summer, and you think you're 21? What do you remember what year it would have been?
After so much time, the chances of recovering the body of the first baby are slim. Even so, the search will have to be made.
It's either 90 or 91. I don't recall what year it was.
Okay, but it would have been summer of 1991?
Yes.
How would Mark have known that you would have been?
Because Justice, she lived a whole life. She lived a whole life. They didn't catch her right after doing this shit. She lived damn near 30 years after this. Free. Just in the world. Married, had more kids, bought a house. Like, shit's crazy.
Pregnant around then. That's what he's advised to other investigators, that you were pregnant around then, that you would have had a miscarriage. Did you tell him that?
I didn't have a miscarriage.
I understand that, but would you have told that to Mark?
If he figured out that you were pregnant at that time and you told him you had a miscarriage? Because he seems to think that around that time you were pregnant and you told him you had a miscarriage.
I don't recall telling him that.
What color trash bag did you put the baby in?
No. I'm not sure what he had at the time.
Do you remember tying the bag?
Probably did.
I mean, do you remember though?
Most likely.
Are you not sure? If you're not sure, don't say you're not sure.
I probably tied it in.
Was the baby moving in the bag?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Do you not remember, or do you just kind of block that out of your memory?
I may have. I really don't remember.
You don't remember?
Okay. No.
And can you describe this building to us? Now, you said Mark lived on 248?
Yes.
And it was Brush Road, and I'm not that familiar with Euclid, so was Brush Road close to 248, where his house was?
Yes, it wasn't. It was up the road about half a mile.
So would you have gone south or north on 248? Do you know, like towards the lake or away from the lake?
Away.
Away from the lake.
So it was off of Euclid Avenue.
Right, so then you had to go 248 to Euclid.
Mm-hmm.
And which way would you go on Euclid?
East.
East. And then you would come to Brush?
You have to turn onto Richmond Road.
Okay. Which way would you turn onto Richmond?
Right.
All right.
And then Brush is off.
Off of Richmond?
Off of Richmond.
And you're describing turning left onto Brush?
Yeah.
And then which side was the office building on?
On the left.
On the left.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if we took you there, you'd be able to show us the area?
Yeah.
Do you remember if that baby was ever found?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I never heard.
You never heard?
No.
And this building was on your left. What color was it?
I think they're either white or brown.
White or
There's
brown?
two large medical buildings side by side.
If we give you a piece of paper, can you kind of draw the area where you left the baby? Let me get a piece of paper real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, when you come back, I'll grab an overview. Gail, is that the only other time? There's only 2 times. Are you being honest with me about that?
Yeah.
Eastwood Ritchie has nothing to gain by lying. She has already admitted to killing 2 of her babies, and she has to know that she is going to be serving jail time.
Okay, because like Detective Seaman explained
that.
So this it goes into a big.
You obviously don't have to. But there's some food for you.
Thank you.
The hospital is right across the street, so we'll take you over there.
Since there was forensic...
Be so mad when they don't eat that food, bro. Like, I'll be wanting to see what takeout they got them. I know it was like a burger and fries. I wonder if it looked good.
Proof that the baby had drawn breath, Eastwood Ritchie was charged with murder. During Eastwood Ritchie's trial, no reference to the first baby was made, so as to not influence the jury. She was convicted of the murder and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years. Thank you for
That's for sure a life sentence, bro. She not getting no parole. Ain't no parole board gonna grant her nothing. She not getting out. Oh, this one looks funny.
On May 26, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for driving with expired tags and blue lights being attached to the vehicle.
Hello, Master Officer Childers, Constance Police Department. Do you have your license real quick?
Why you pull me over?
Blue lights and expired tag. You got your license real quick?
My license is what you say you pull me over?
I just told you got your license real quick?
Sir, I'm an officer too. I work for the city of Atlanta, so we're going to give each other respect. Why did you stop me?
Yeah, well, for the second time, blue lights and expired tag. Do you have your
What's
license?
wrong with my blue lights?
You can't have blue lights on the vehicle.
Okay.
You said you're an officer, right?
Uh-huh.
You got your credentials?
I don't.
You don't have credentials?
Because I'm going to my aunt's house to check on my uncle. No, I don't.
Okay, so you're an Atlanta police officer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got one. But I ain't nobody ever said that.
Hey, Ricardo, welcome to the chat. Tim, welcome in, my boy. Did that chick say she was a cop?
You got your credentials?
I don't.
You don't have credentials?
Because I'm going to my aunt's house to check on my uncle. No, I don't.
Okay, so you're an Atlanta police officer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got one. But I ain't nobody ever said that to me about my life. They didn't know this. My tag, I just didn't put it on, but I had.
Do you have an updated copy? This one expired February this year, last year.
I just pulled this thing out today.
Your license, can I get that, please, ma'am?
What happened?
Your license, can I get that, please, ma'am? Awesome. Here, thank you. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Can you get Atlanta Police Department on the phone, and I'll signal 15 in reference to verification of employment?
All right, you're connected.
Hey, hello? Hey, this is Officer Childers over here at Collins Police Department. I have an individual who is saying they are a police officer. I just need to verify that. I'm sorry, you said what? No, not on duty. She's clearly off duty. I've got her on the traffic stop. I just need to, she's claiming that she's an Atlanta police officer but has no credentials on her. Okay.
Hey, you're with Atlanta, you said?
Hold on, honey. Yes, I work for the city of Atlanta.
In a law enforcement capacity?
I work for the Department of Aviation.
Department of Aviation?
I do. Why?
Are you mandated?
Why are you asking me that, though?
Are you mandated?
Hold on. Let me call you right back. Oh, okay.
Why do people always call people when the police come?
I understand, Paul. Why are you asking about it?
But from my understanding, you're claiming to be law enforcement.
No, I didn't. I told him, came here, he was getting smart with me, and I said, we both going to talk with the I work for the city of Atlanta. I said, so.
In the Department of Aviation, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he didn't ask me for a department. I just said I work for the city of Atlanta.
Ah, okay.
So I was just letting him know I work in the same field. So you don't have to talk to me like there ain't no reason to tell me why you pulled me over.
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
Yeah.
She says she didn't tell you she worked for law enforcement.
She said she was an Atlanta police officer.
She said, I asked her, are you mandated? She said, no. I said, well, where do you work? City of Atlanta. She worked for aviation. But I didn't tell him I was law enforcement.
She told me she was
Hey, Richard, thanks for the sub.
police officer.
Damn it.
Oh, so she's not saying. Okay, never mind. She's not an Atlanta police officer.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, bye. She told me she was an Atlanta police officer. She said I work.
You got to run the tape back.
She said she was.
They got to run the tape back. Because I'm pretty sure she said, I think he double checked. He said, so you're a law officer or you work for law enforcement or some shit like that. They got to run the tape back. We can run the tape back, but I'm going to let them run the tape back. I wonder if they can do that on the body cam.
Did she say she worked for the City of Atlanta Police Department or she worked as a police officer?
I have to go back and see what
I think she's playing words.
I had to go back initially to see what she said. But I said, so you're a police officer in Atlanta? Yes. So, I mean, you can only be one thing in police.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do real quick. You said you're an officer, right? You got your credentials? You don't have credentials? So you're not
Yeah, there's just some body cam footage from some officers.
Atlanta police officer? Okay. Yep. She going.
Do you think we need to spike the car first?
Yeah. All right, ma'am. You got the vehicle in park?
They put that spike down in case he try to peel off.
Okay, go ahead and step out for me. You're under arrest.
I'm under arrest.
Impersonate law enforcement. Come on.
Sir, I did not say no.
Right now.
What are you doing?
Back right now.
What are y'all doing?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
And her bike is cool though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like her little motorcycle, I'll fuck with it.
Put your hands behind your back.
Stop, ma'am.
Hold on.
Now you're going for obstruction.
No, I'm not. What are you
Put your
doing?
hands behind your
I'm
back.
trying to turn my vehicle off. What are y'all doing?
Get out. Do not reach for anything. Get out.
Sir,
No.
this is...
I just heard the video.
Turn it off.
No, step out of the car.
Turn it off.
Step out.
Of the car, please.
Step out on your own power. Do it now.
Step out.
You put your hands behind your back. You do it right now. Put your hands behind your back. I'll put you on the ground. You put your hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting no kind of way.
Okay, we got you. Just please. I did see you holding on to that steering wheel, okay?
I'm just saying, what is he arresting me for? I didn't I said Department of Aviation. It's on my phone.
I just saw his video. He said,
no,
stop moving.
No,
Oh, did they run the tape back? That's what they was doing in the car right there?
I said I work
9-7 code 6.
I just listened to him. I just listened to him.
Okay, sir.
He said,
stop moving. Stop pulling me.
No, it's not gonna be worse for me.
You said I am a police officer.
Hold on, get me my. I need to call.
No, we're not doing no calling.
Thank you, okay?
9-7, start me at 1051.
Just work. Everybody, hang on. Don't.
Give me my phone.
Now, ma'am, do you have anything illegal on your person?
I don't.
Okay. You're under arrest for impersonating law enforcement.
I did
Shut
not
your mouth, please,
impersonate.
so I can explain everything.
I did not impersonate no
Impersonating law
law. You
enforcement.
said I was pulled over for.
Obstruction, unauthorized use of blue lights, and expired tag. Okay, that's what your charge is going to be.
No, I'm not, sir. I'm not. I'm not
resisting.
resisting. Why are y'all doing it?
Ma'am,
I did not impersonate no law.
Are we
He
having
asked me for my license and registration.
Are we having
and I
a
gave it to
conversation,
him.
or I'm just
Are
listening to
you
you scream in my
recording me?
face?
Are you recording me?
I have nothing more to say to you. because
Okay.
Every time I speak, you scream over me.
Sir, the
There-
guy
I have
asked me for
nothing
my
else to say to
license and registration, and I gave it to
My
him. I did
conversation's
not.
over with you.
Officer, she don't want to talk to you. She just want to yell at you. She don't want you to say nothing back to her. Just let her yell.
Is she done with the pet now?
Yeah, the best I can do. I can't check it much more unless we can get it. We got a female working.
Okay, can y'all call the supervisor for me, please?
You're looking at him.
Okay, so what do he arrested me for what now? I did not impersonate no
I
person.
heard the video.
You came over there
You're
and
still
asked me
resisting.
yourself. I'm not
Sit down.
resisting,
Sit
sir.
down.
I never resisted.
Put your feet in the car.
She did resist a little bit, but they shouldn't charge her with that because she calmed down and let him cuff her and shit. Like, she was annoying, but they should let her slide on that. She already fucked up enough telling dude she was a cop.
Simple.
Yeah, she got like LEDs and hella shit flashing on it.
Are you a police officer?
See the RGB light coming down.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not playing these games. Over here trying to get out of a ticket, trying to smack like she's a police officer. That wouldn't have worked anyways, but never step out.
What's your name?
It's Officer Childers. Right, this red door for me, please. Just stand right there in front of it. Stand right there in front of the doors. Yes, I had both your phones. Impersonate law enforcement, and obstruction. She sure did.
The woman was charged with impersonating a police officer, driving on expired tags, illegal lights being on the vehicle, and resisting arrest. Thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe.
Man, that was a good one. What y'all think about that lady, man? Was she wilding? One's in the chat if you think she says she was a police officer. One's in the chat if you think she said she was a police officer. I'm going to hit this.
Devin Arthurs. He's accused of killing his roommate, Jeremy Himmelman and Andrew. Devin Arthurs. He's accused of killing his roommates, Jeremy Himmelman and Andrew Onchuk, in their Tampa Palms apartment. Arthurs previously said the pair did not respect his religion when he disavowed neo-Nazism and converted to Islam.
This video contains the interview of a man who shot his two roommates, Andrew Onchuk.
You think they didn't come with the rant? You think they were short on the rant, so Andrew just fucking snapped?
Devin Arthurs. He's accused of killing his roommates, Jeremy Himmelman and Andrew Onchuk, in their Tampa Palms apartment. Arthurs previously said the pair did not respect his religion when he disavowed neo-Nazism and converted to Islam.
This video contains the interview of a man who shot his two roommates, Andrew Onchuk. Jeremy Himmelman, Brandon Russell, and Devin Arthurs built a friendship based on their shared extremist beliefs. Each had been seeking a sense of belonging and order for various reasons. Wonchuk and Himmelman had recently started to turn away from those beliefs, but the lure of remaining in a rent-free apartment with access to fishing was too good to pass up. Arthurs had made the decision to convert his religion and said that the others made fun of him for it, which was the original reason he gave to the police after his arrest. However, his story quickly changed, and he became a hero who, through his actions, saved thousands of people from his roommate's plans. While Russell Brand was out of the apartment on National Guard duties, Devin Arthurs shot and killed Andrew Wonchuk and Jeremy Himmelman. Arthurs then walked into a local smoke shop where he held 3 hostages and then surrendered to police before revealing that he had shot his 2 roommates back in the apartment they shared.
I want to start this out with.
What the fuck? Talk about the roommate from hell.
Well, you know what? You'd be surprised, man. Unfortunately, most of the people that talk to me about this, they don't say stuff like that. So
They themselves were not.
Well, but I'll tell you what, I don't mean to interrupt you, sir, but before we get into all that, yes, sir, before we get into the meat and potatoes, so to speak, yes, sir, I have to read you some things and go over some formalities. Okay. Okay. Once my partner gets in here, we'll go that route, right? I'm going to start a recording here, so it's all documented and memorialized, okay?
Yeah.
For the record, my name is Kenny Necklinger. I'm a detective with Tampa Police. This is Gary Sandell, also detective with Tampa Police. We're here at 411 North Franklin Street Police Headquarters in reference to a homicide investigation. And that investigation case number is 17-260921. The date is May 20th, 2017. It's about 1:24 a.m. Also here with us is, sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Devin Sean Ryan Arthurs.
And your date of birth, please?
My date of birth is March 18th, 1999.
Okay. And Devin, before I read you, are you familiar with your Miranda warnings?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had them read to you before?
I had them read to me by a police officer on the way here.
On the way here, you read them to you? Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Did you understand them when the officer read them to you? Do you have any questions about it?
No, I don't have any questions.
I'm going to read them to you again, so forgive me. I'm not to insult you, but it's just what we have to do is for your protection.
Yeah.
And before I do that, I want to make sure that I'm dealing with an individual here who has a clear mind. Are you under the influence of any narcotics or alcohol or any?
I'm completely sober.
Okay. No prescribed medication, no cold medicine, nothing at all.
No.
Okay. Do you or have you ever been diagnosed with any kind of mental illness or anything like that might prevent you from having a?
No. I left midway.
TinyChat.com through a position. It was just TinyChat.com.
TinyChat?
But it doesn't, yeah, TinyChat.
Like small, tiny.
Yeah, but the thing is that TinyChat is like kind of like YouTube. It has a huge amount of channels and stuff like that on there. The real site where fascists organize and stuff is called Iron March, and then you also have Stormfront. And
is that that's like a social media group?
Yes, okay. Iron March. It's a whole website, and I know everything about that site and the people that are behind this shit. And I remember...
The detective allows Arthurs to speak without much direction, and Arthurs clearly has a lot to unload. Everything he says is quite disturbing, and all of the sites he mentions will have to be investigated, though in truth, they are probably already being monitored.
I just feel, because
why is that?
When the police showed up to the location, they saw that there was explosives in the garage. If they access the computers, they can find that there's a lot of encrypted chats for the organization itself. It'd be easy to track down each member.
Are these 3 guys prominent members of those organizations?
Brandon's the leader of the organization.
He is?
Yeah, and I was a senior leader at one point. And I remember...
How many guys you got following you guys? How many guys are part of this organization?
60 to 70.
Throughout the world? Throughout the country?
Throughout the country. And these people were basically, if you're familiar with the Order of Bob Matthews or whatever, he was a guy that killed a bunch of federal agents and stuff like that. That's basically who they venerate. And these people, they have no human empathy like we do. It's hard to describe. I wish that if I could go back and do something over, I would sign myself into a hospital to work about my anger issues and my rational thinking skills, which I don't think is at par of like.
But I think this goes beyond anger issues. I think it's something a little deeper for you. I think it's more of it's a passion that you're passionate about doing good for people. You tell these guys today. Walk me through today. You're there all day. The three of you guys.
Yeah, we were there all day, except he was at work for a little bit of it. He was at a recycling plant working, and I remember he came home. I remember I was on the encrypted chat and they're saying all this stuff like,
What's this encrypted chat?
It's a thing called Wire, and
WIRE, Wire.
Yeah, Wire. It's an encrypted chat, and there's an Adam Waffen chat on there. People are talk about like bombings, robbing, raiding military bases and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, and
let me ask you this.
I ain't talking about shit. He making all this up.
And forgive me, I'm just trying to. You're educating me in this whole process. So I'm going to ask questions as a student sitting here. You believe you have a faith? You said. What is your faith?
I'm a Muslim.
Okay. Does that coincide with this organization you're part of?
No, not at all.
So how long have you been a Muslim?
I've been a Muslim since June of 2016.
Okay, so fairly recently.
Yeah.
Have you still maintained a part in this organization, or is that about when your ties to this organization were cut?
My main ties to this organization is like I was a part of it out of necessity. I needed a place to stay away from my family. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I should have lived with them. I was just trying to get out of the house and stuff like that. And I would try to I managed to convince some people to drop a lot of these beliefs and stuff like that. And I can feel thankful that I've done something like that. That's why I was a part of it. It was mainly to try to get people away from the shit and try to basically.
That's when you first joined up?
No, this is when. No, I was already part of it when I converted. I just when I converted, I was like, I got it. While I'm in here, I can't just leave it. If I left it, then I'd probably be killed or something like that. But if I'd either be killed or something in that nature. But if I didn't do that, then when it comes down to it, then I might as well try to convince people while I'm there, basically convince people, don't do this, don't throw your life away.
But you made no secret about it to even Brandon, I imagine, of your faith, right? They knew what you were about.
Yeah.
And they still tolerated you.
Yeah, they still tolerated. Yeah, they did barely.
This strikes an odd note. Arthur's claims that his roommates hated people of his faith and had dark intentions to carry out in that regard. If that was true, why did they continue to allow him to live there? It doesn't quite.
Yeah, did he say they were Nazis or something? They were like a 60, 70 man coalition of Nazis? I don't believe bro. I don't believe bro at all.
Are you familiar with that?
100%. I know these people, and they know exactly how to build. They knew exactly how to build bombs that could have destroyed this entire building.
Who are these people?
Adam Waffen. These people.
Okay.
Yeah, these people.
Not these three individuals in there, they're lumped in with that.
Brandon's literally somebody that has the knowledge to build a nuclear bomb. I'm not meaning about that. He is literally somebody that he's somebody that literally went to school for 4 years to study.
Oh shit! Shout out Derek, man. Welcome him to the chat. Gotta always show the members a whole bunch of love. Show them some love and give them some hugs, my guys.
Radiation specifically to build a nuclear bomb. And
do you know if these materials are inside that condo right now?
No, there's no nuclear materials. Actually, there is. Yes, there is nuclear materials in that.
Y'all got the 52 likes hella quick. We didn't even have to double tap them screens, man. Let's get to 100.
Garage, there is some nuclear materials.
Okay, what's in that garage that
in that garage is HMTD, those explosives, some ammonium nitrate, I believe, and I know that there's some radiated materials that he was able to bring in through the Bahamas, and because he's a Bahamian citizen, he was able to bring it in.
How did he bring it in?
He brought it in through the airport. He was able to spoof the people that were working there with the TSA.
Okay. And do you know is it kept in a particular vessel inside the garage? Do you know where it's kept?
It's just in the garage, or it's in his in the supply closet in his room. Okay. And you'll know it because it's a giant SS flag above a lot of the equipment, ammunition, and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, the more that I tell you, the more you see the scale of how big things really are.
Yeah, no. This is, absolutely serious stuff. So that's, that's what
So
any
it's
information
not,
you can give me to assist with, like I said, with combating these, these misguided individuals, to say the least. Then, I think we should make the effort to do that.
And it's really like the thing that really shocks me as well with it, and about like a lot of these organizations, is that they're everywhere. They're everywhere, all over America, all over Europe, and stuff like that. Yeah, people constantly. Let's
talk. Well, not just America. I'm going more specific now. Let's talk about your condo. The four of you guys in that condo. Let's back you up to when you converted. What led to your conversion? What was that epiphany you had when did you come across anything?
I remember I came across the Quran and started reading it. I was like, this is far better than Mein Kampf. This is far better than any of those.
How'd you come across the Quran in the first one?
It was given to me. I remember I visited a mosque. I wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to see if what I was told was true. And I was wrong about what I had believed about those people. I was wrong about how I felt about certain races of people. I realized that, there's no point in having lingering hatred and stuff like that. There's no point in wanting to kill a man or a little girl just because she's black or Asian.
As Arthurs describes his conversion, he mentions that he no longer finds it necessary to take the lives of others purely out of hate. If nothing else, he genuinely seems to believe that the murders he committed were for a good cause.
And I remember I really held on to these beliefs. And that really clicked to me, and I started reading into it, and I found the miracles of the Quran and the things that really got it. And that's what really sparked my interest into it. That's what really got me.
Did you have any guidance from anybody else that was maybe more familiar with the faith? Or did you kind of just self-taught?
Self-taught.
Okay.
I remember I would go to... this has nothing to do with what happened today, but just a little bit of context.
Yeah, give me some background. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I remember I used to go to the mosque on Salai Avenue, a really big mosque. I remember I used to go to Masjid Abu Bakr. And those people are very kind and good-natured people. They wouldn't harm a fly. They don't talk about any of the conflicts or anything like that going on over there. So they're fine. They don't have anything to do with this. Just some context on how I really came to have this and how, unfortunately, things have gone so out of proportion that it's led to what we have right now. All I can really do at this point.
Well, I know you believe that, but I'm asking specifics. Do you know about any specific plans that these two individuals had?
Yeah, they're planning on going down south to Alligator Alley and destroying 500 kV lines that were going along the road there.
How are they planning on doing that?
They're planning on taking HMTD and placing it at the base of the thing and then blowing it up.
Just these two individuals?
Well, Brandon's
going to be a part of that as well.
Yeah, and I remember.
Did they expect you to be a part of that?
Yeah, they did. I wasn't going to be a part of that though.
Even with your current faith, they still expect you to go along with it?
Yeah, they were just, I guess. That's what, I know for a fact that they wanted me to. I'm just saying I guess because they were idiotic to think that I would have went to go do that with them. And I remember with the nuclear materials, he was planning on building a mortar and firing it into there was a nuclear plant.
Bro said they had nuclear material. Get the fuck out of here. He's just crazy. This man might be crazy. He's a lost individual. That's what we'll say.
Off the coast of Florida, and it's off the coast of Miami, and it's used to power that entire city in Fort Lauderdale and that kind of thing. And they're planning on firing that mortar of nuclear materials in it at that plant into the cooling things that are in the water. If that would have happened, that would have caused a massive, massive reactor failure, which would have led to the entirety of the water around there becoming irradiated. And think about a BP oil spill, except it wipes out parts of the entire eastern seaboard.
What was their purpose for doing that?
Because they want to build the Fourth Reich. They're delusional. Man.
Okay.
And they absolutely delusional.
Are there drugs involved?
No, there's no drugs involved.
This is all unadulterated, just thought. This is just their irrational thought.
It's not just their irrational thought when they're getting the explosives together. When they have a guy in the U.S. Army that re-enlisted specifically for the group.
This being Brandon?
No, not Brandon. This is somebody else in the Midwest, Colorado, I think.
Who's that?
Jason.
And Jason, last name?
I don't know his last name.
Okay.
But he re-enlisted. I'm just giving an example. Some of the shit.
Oh, okay.
Like he re-enlisted specifically for the group to go into his supply room and steal stuff, like steal night vision goggles, take huge metric tons of ammunition as time went on. He planned on doing that, and he did do that. He got Kevlar.
What about Brandon? Because Brandon's currently in.
He joined specifically for the knowledge and the training, and he wants to use that training against the government. He doesn't care about the United States. I mean, he literally had an American flag at the front door that he'd trample on every time that he'd walk in. Like literally, these people joined the military specifically to get training, to get access to equipment, and get access to being able to kill people, and they and to be more efficient at doing so.
Well, we keep talking to these people in generalities. I want to specifically talk about the three individuals that lived through that time. Brandon was the only one that was in the military. Is that correct?
Yes.
Neither you nor the other two.
Actually, he was in the French Foreign Legion for a little bit.
Okay.
And he phased out of it. He said that there were too many blacks in it, so he left. But he was a part of the French Foreign Legion at that point, and not in any armed services or anything like that.
How about you?
No, I was not.
Do any of you besides Brandon have any formal military training?
No.
Was Brandon helping you guys? Was Brandon providing any kind of training to you guys that he was getting knowledge of in the military?
Yeah, Brandon was doing paramilitary trainings and stuff like that.
With you three in particular?
Yeah, with us three and with a few other people.
And how did that go about? Where did you guys do that?
We would go to the Ocala National Forest, and we would go into where there would be ranges that were pretty much never administrated by the people, and we would shoot. We would shoot like basically SKSs, AK-47s, and stuff like that.
Where did those weapons come from?
Those weapons came from Brandon going to arms list and buying it basically undocumented, which is legal in the state of Florida. But
so he was just buying outright.
Outright.
He wasn't stealing from any armory that he's a part of.
No, he never did that. Because his MOS didn't give him access to that kind of material.
What is his MOS?
25Q. He's somebody that specializes in communications specifically, and he didn't do that because he didn't have access to it. He didn't have he didn't steal from them specifically because he didn't have access to those materials. And
his motivation was specifically training.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what his.
The arms he would take care of was on his own.
There is no evidence that any training of this type ever took place. There is so much information that Arthurs could have gotten from the internet that it could take quite a while to unravel fact from fantasy.
Yes, the training I would get from the U.S. military.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was basically like if you go into his condo, there's literally a portrait of Timothy McVeigh on next to his bed.
You were talking about McVeigh?
Oh yeah, he loved McVeigh. Loved McVeigh. He said that the only thing that McVeigh did wrong is he didn't put more materials inside the truck to bring the whole building down. So I mean, he absolutely venerated McVeigh. He loves North Korea too. Dude literally has a North Korean flag up if you go up the stairs. They're fucking crazy.
I don't even know if any of this is true. I think he made this shit up in his head, bro. And I think he just went crazy. He got lost in the sauce. Maybe he found some false Islam group. Maybe that's not the real Islam that he went to. I don't know.
Did Brandon ever specifically talk about doing anything similar to that to any government buildings?
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
Any specific ones?
Government offices, federal buildings.
Just in general?
In general.
Did you guys ever sit down together and plot out the operation?
Yeah.
You mentioned the alligator alley. Is there some plans that's in place?
It's not going to happen anymore.
But no, you've taken care of that. But I mean, where are those plans? Where were they found?
Plans were all said verbally. Things were.
You see how he's trying to pitch I saved the world, bro. I foiled their plans, bro. There's nothing bad gonna happen now, cause I'm motherfucking Batman. I'm white Muslim Batman, and I saved the day. You should be thanking me. Get me out this fucking interrogation room. I got other crimes to stop.
Were not written down or typed specifically because of this reasoning. However, it's a giant map of the United States where we frequently go there and we would plan and we would look at like streets and roads and stuff like that.
But not actually plot anything. It'd be just conversation.
Yes, verbal. And
I wouldn't go into that map and see things.
Hey, Bill, welcome to the chat. Welcome back, my boy.
Or
there's nothing
push pins put in certain targets or anything like that. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing like that. Okay. And exactly because of this reasoning. And I remember I tried to throw them off, getting them to do stupid shit that would get them caught.
Such as what?
Such as like, it's very, very technical, very specific stuff, but I would say stuff like I would give them like bomb recipes that were basically duds that wouldn't work, specifically like, to drive all the way out there and for it to be operational.
Bin foil in their plans, Copper. I used to give them fake bomb recipes. Motherfucking Alfred only gives me the real fucking recipes. You think I would give it to these knuckleheads?
Failure.
Now, by they being those two or three of them?
Three of them. It's just that I don't really have that much knowledge on bomb making.
Who has that knowledge?
Brandon. Brandon's an engineer as well as the fact that he studied like the radiation stuff.
So Brandon's the brains when it comes to the explosives.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so that stuff in that apartment is him.
Yeah, that stuff is him. But would also help with like giving Brandon money to purchase that stuff and that kind of thing.
So they would fund it, but he was the guy that would handle it.
Yeah.
Those two guys, that would be bad news if they were in there messing around with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about you? You got any familiarity with that stuff?
I think I have basic familiarity.
Do you feel comfortable with, or is that again, hey, that's Brandon's thing? I know enough not to blow us all up.
I feel comfortable, like if I was to move it around, but I mean, like a lot of that is not shock sensitive. I.e., that if you were to send people in there, like a bomb dispersal unit, to go in there and examine it, it's not shock sensitive stuff. So if you slammed it at the floor, it's not going to explode. Maybe there's something in the cooler with all the duct tape around it that might be shock sensitive.
Is that the garage?
Yeah, it's all in the cooler. Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon.
He loves shock sensitive, right? Like he loves that terminology. He thinks that makes him sound so intelligent.
Stupid. His family didn't know about the explosives though.
Does Brandon's family know about what he's into?
Yeah, they don't like it, but they don't do anything about it.
Okay, so they acknowledge it, but he's off on his own.
Yeah. It's just, it's really kind of surreal for all this to be happening, because like I've heard them saying, that's why I'm kind of.
I used to love those commercials, Bill. I forgot all about those commercials. Those commercials were nostalgic as hell.
Saying like that entire tape needs to like be made sensitive, like this entire thing.
Just by you making that statement, it's sensitive, man. It's sensitive material. Right. So we're talking about sensitive material, man. You've made that clear. So make sure that we have all the bases covered here. Is there anything else in that apartment or that condo that you think we should be made aware of, especially if we're going to go in there and do any kind of searching or investigation?
Is there anything shock sensitive in there? Do you guys think there's anything shock sensitive in there?
In there that we need to be initially made aware of? You mentioned bombs, you mentioned things in the garage, or at least
the things in the garage are the bombs, pretty much, like explosive materials. There is no timed fused bomb there. There are explosive materials there for making bombs.
For making them. Nothing's been constructed yet.
Nothing's been constructed yet, but this is clearly stuff that is lined up for the explosives there.
That's the purpose of those items?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the entire purpose of it.
You guys don't build model rockets and go out in the back and shoot them off?
Weapons and bomb-making materials were found in the apartment. However, another member of the group they belonged to said that the occupants were internet trolls rather than serious threats. They enjoyed posing in pictures but lacked any real direction. Others say that the deceased were already losing interest in the movement and moving on to other phases in their lives.
Or fireworks for 4th of July coming up. Nothing like that.
None of that. It's all literally there specifically to kill people.
Bro, so there was a group. Hold up. There was a group. There was a group, y'all. Man, did they just troll my boy into insanity? Damn, there was a group, or was he Batman? Is he Batman? Bruce, I'm sorry, bro. Hold on.
Now, if anybody comes across it, is there a plan, an exit strategy? Is there this is what we're going to say, this is to make sure we're all on the same page, this is what we're going to do with this stuff?
No, they never planned that ahead, and whatever planning that they had behind my back is kind of futile at this point.
Well, why did you remain amongst these guys? Now, it begs the question as to why they tolerated you there, but why did you tolerate being around them?
Because I was an idiot, and I was just mainly thinking along the lines of, oh wow, I get to stay here in this really nice apartment, in this really nice condo, while paying a rent of like $120 a month, and I have internet and stuff like that, so I might as well just, stay here.
Okay.
Just deal with the here and there, like bullshit,
Were you working?
I've been applying to a lot of places to get jobs, but
how do you pay for your $100 and something rent? I mean, how does that?
I have my own money and stuff like that. So
where does that come from?
From my parents, pretty much.
Okay, all right.
So I mean, I can. So, I can eat. So like the thing is that it was just really cheap living there. I could get away from my family for a bit, live more independently, and that's the reason why I was there. Unfortunately, I came over, and this whole unfortunate thing is unraveled.
Were you guys living together prior to?
I remember me and Brandon, we lived in an apartment. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was an apartment like that before this condo.
Here in Tampa?
Yeah, here in Tampa. I remember I lived with him, and he was a lot more bearable. He was a lot less focusing on this stuff. He was a lot more normal, if that makes sense, like a normal human being.
So you think he has become more focused, to use your words, on the...
Yeah, bro, this cop is lucky he don't pull out his FBI badge and have his fucking job for blowing his cover right now. I think my boy is on a CIA operative right now. I believe him.
Cause recently.
Yeah, I definitely think that, and I think that
has he always been dabbled in the bomb making stuff, or
like he always liked it of like a hobby type of thing in the past, but now it's just more like
now it's mission oriented. Now it's a purpose.
Now it's like we're going to be insurgents. We're going to kill as many people as we can. And then we're going to do this to try to achieve white revolution, as they call it.
So this was a growing problem.
Oh, absolutely. It was growing, and their numbers kept on growing and stuff like that.
How do you think you would have continued to tolerate this or handle this? Do you think you would have been driven out at some point?
I think that I would have definitely been driven out. Like today, I was at my boiling point. I was supposed to just messaging. I was literally had the Skype open, and I was like about to type like, dude, I'm packing my shit. I'm going back to Orlando. You guys can go fuck off, pretty much. And I was gonna then contact the FBI or some local.
Bro, he's gonna have your fucking job, detective. He's gonna contact the FBI. You heard that? Like this is way above your pay grade, bro. He was sent in to take down 2 high-level ranking domestic terrorists, it seems like.
Police to go like that. Like, that would have been neat.
Did you, when you converted to Muslim?
Yeah.
All right. They were all aware of that.
Yes.
Did at any point in time, did you reach out for any assistance or any guidance or anything from anybody, like on the internet?
Hey, Pam, this guy shot his 2 roommates. He said his 2 roommates were Nazis. He had recently converted to Islam. But a lot of his friends who were Nazis, they were saying they were not going to be Nazis no more. So I don't know. But we've been kind of just making up this theory that he's Batman.
Or chatting or anything? Or
no.
Or you just continue to do or listen to what they were doing with their encrypted stuff?
No, I did not. I didn't try to reach. I mean, in hindsight, it's very stupid what I've done. And honestly, like, it feels almost like all of this feels very surreal, like a dream, if that makes sense.
But you mentioned earlier you went to a mosque.
Yeah.
You were starting to kind of self-teach.
Yeah.
When you first discovered the Quran, when you were provided the Quran, and you were reading.
Why they spell it like that? The closed caption thinks he's saying Corona.
Then you went to a mosque, the one on Sly Avenue.
Yeah.
You went there and you immersed yourself in the people that you were targeting up to that point, and realized, you know what, these people aren't Yeah, they're not the problem.
Yeah, so exactly.
So you kind of got caught up in that, in the religious faith.
Yeah.
They weren't, there was no one specifically there that pulled you aside and said, listen, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just letting you know, I can't see him either. That's how the camera is. He's like sitting off camera like that.
We're planning some things too against this other group.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They have no clue. Like those people, like they don't even know me by name at that place because I go there specifically to read the resources and stuff like that were there at that place.
So they're just there to serve out their faith and religion as any other Christian would do in whatever denominational church a Christian would attend.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And is that with you and immersing yourself in that, the self-teachings, the readings. You're saying that's how you kind of came around to thinking the way you do now?
Yes.
No outside source that recruited you or however
there is no outside source, no.
Okay, the outside source that you were a part of is this other group that has been, in your head for a while now.
Yeah, and I've been trying to find a way to get away for a while now, and it's already dead.
Yeah, I think his homies was like some pretend Nazis, and then he turned into a real terrorist. Like, and took their ass out. That's just crazy.
Man. Well, do you think that whatever plan that you guys were going to carry out, specifically the lines down on Alligator Alley, do you think someone else is Brandon going to continue? Do you think it's still going to happen?
Oh, absolutely. No, it's not going to happen. Brandon's entire condo is now police quarantine. He doesn't have access to the materials. He doesn't have access.
Bro, LARPing is funny as hell. That shit is like when you was a kid and you go outside and just pretend with your friends and shit. They just want to pretend, bro. They're just pretending, bro.
To the manpower.
But it could be.
They'd be like, man, let's just pretend we're the Ninja Turtles or shit like that.
Get it again, couldn't he?
Arthurs believes his actions have taken down whatever plot was in place. If this group was as far-reaching as he claims, it is doubtful that the deaths of 2 members and the loss of the contents of the apartment would stop them.
He could, but it would take a while for him to do that.
Okay. Why is that? This is not something he acquires quickly?
Well, it's just not something he acquires quick.
How does he acquire this stuff?
I don't exactly know, but he just gets it through channels that, through legal and illegal means. By illegal means, he'll purchase it off of people that he meets, and I don't know anything about that, but I know that he just purchased it off of people. He went to USF, so he had access to a lot of these classrooms that had these chemicals, and he just steal them. Okay. And he also would purchase them legally, but in the smaller packets, and over time buy, a lot of them, so it culminate into having a much bigger, quantity of them.
So you weren't necessarily part of that operation?
No.
You're aware of it because you're there.
Yeah,
you're aware of it because you're part of the group, and at one point you were a card-carrying member, really pushing forth the message.
Yes.
And then at some point you started to kind of get away from that. You found something, something better.
Yeah.
More worthwhile. But you were still there. You were still around all of it. So you were aware of it through that.
Yes.
Do I understand that right?
I remember Adam Boffin, I say Boffin because it's like Boffin is in arms.
Yeah, they spelled for me.
Yeah, ATOMWAFFEN. Okay. So that's how it's spelled.
So Adam, like Adam Bomb.
Yeah. Not just Adam Boffin, but several other organizations.
We could probably facilitate that.
I would very much like to do that.
What? Were you with Brandon when he created this?
I was not with Brandon.
Did you meet him through this? When he created it, did you meet him through?
I met him through the Tiny Chat, but that's just like I said, YouTube. It's a huge channel.
But did you meet him with this common interest?
Yeah, which was specifically neo-Nazism, and I remember.
Okay, so and that's how it kind of sparked your conversation with him.
Yeah.
Had he already created Adam Buffett at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it was very small at the time and stuff like that, and as the years went on, just kept on getting bigger and bigger, and more, people came on board with more radical views and stuff.
But that was by design, wasn't it? That was kind of
it was.
Some of these people in the military?
Yes.
Okay, and you mentioned earlier, and I just want to bring you back to it. You mentioned earlier one of them had actually re-upped, went back in just for that.
Yeah, re-enlisted specifically to steal resources.
Jason in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And he if I could just talk to an FBI agent, like individually or something like that, if I could get my computer as resources, I could show them like all these channels and stuff like that.
So on your computer, there's the stuff that you've been a part of with this, and would be examples of what I'm talking about here. So when you say that's simple,
you can find encrypted channels. You could find names easily. You can find people that I've been in contact with and stuff like that. It'd be very easy to identify who these people are
through your resources.
Yeah,
you still have. You didn't say when you converted. You didn't say, you know what, I'm putting this behind me. I'm ghosting the entire computer. I'm done. I'm moving on to something better.
Yeah,
it's still there.
No, it's still there. Yeah. And
what about just Brandon and? They had similar computers.
They have like laptops and phones and that kind of thing. It'd be very easy to go through it and find.
That will be on there.
Yeah, phone contacts, wire chats, stuff like that. Very, very easy to get through that. A lot of these programs don't require, like Wire specifically doesn't require like a password to users. So if you just open it up on either of their things, you can find the resources.
So you would need, in order to educate anyone else that would be further investigating this group, you think having your computer, an FBI agent as you requested, sit down and go over this stuff, you think then you would open some eyes? You think it would?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think that it would open some eyes to a much bigger thing than what happened today. And I think that could definitely, basically save a lot of lives overall. I think that could.
Let me ask you a question, sir. You would be willing to sit down with an FBI agent and explain a lot of this stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
And
I want to.
Okay. Usernames and passwords.
Yeah.
You remember them? I mean,
I don't even need them. I can just
like your phone, what kind of phone do you have?
I have a shitty, old phone, like it's a flip phone. But
okay, so it's not, so you don't have like a password?
There's no password for it.
What about the computer?
My password is buzzed. That's what it is.
B-U-Z-Z-E-D?
Yeah, B-U-Z-Z.
All caps, all lowercase?
All lowercase. All lowercase.
Lowercase buzzed?
Yeah.
Is your computer still, you said you were on it before all this happened. Did you shut everything down, or is it still open?
Still on. I lost it.
Any kind of booby traps on it where if,
no.
I'm not talking about like bullet explosion, but anything would just shut down and erase if somebody didn't.
No, but Brandon's computer, I know for a fact, actually has, on his computer, he has encrypted, but I know that don't have that. FBI would not have a problem getting into brute forcing into those electronics. I mean,
what about username? That's a password, but what about username?
There's no username for Windows logins for these computers. You don't need to put in the username for these.
Arthurs is eager to speak to the FBI, which begs the question, why didn't he contact them with the information before resorting to shooting his roommates?
Okay, so just the password you said buzzed?
Yeah.
But what about you? Did you have a Facebook at all?
No.
No Facebook?
Any social media at all?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I don't have a Facebook that I used for my own personal use. I had it for messaging people, but I used a fake name, and there's nothing on there that can be really found. It's just something that I used for petty, stupid shit, like playing Facebook games and stuff like that.
What was that? What's the name of that Facebook?
I think it was John Coleman or something, but it's not really relevant to the case or anything like that.
No, but just so obviously in this day and age, it's going to be a standard question. Well, everybody's got a Facebook. He must have a Facebook. This is what he has. So they can look at it and say, oh yeah, you're right. This is used for nothing more than petty games.
This is it's still really overwhelming. All of it.
All that's happened.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you've also expressed on numerous occasions that you wish to reach out to the FBI specifically.
Yeah.
About maybe doing some good, having some good come from the horrible event today.
Yeah.
And it may be something worthwhile. I mean, they're going to obviously be made aware of this, and they're going to do their homework to ensure that. Listen, and this is just speaking from a practical standpoint, just to make sure that you're not talking out your ass about something here in order to maybe gain some favorable treatment.
No,
okay, they have to confirm. No, I'm saying this is what they're going to listen to this and say, well, let's make sure this stuff's actually.
Well, I mean, the main thing that is really like true if you ever just walked into the condo, you walk into the condo, you know, it's going to seem really out of whack. You have giant North Korea, you have a big North Korea.
Yeah, it's gonna. It sounds like what you've painted a picture of is going to reek of neo-Nazi. Yeah, absolutely.
Be like an ass or anything.
You're not,
and
man,
I understand that. It's just like your lives would be endangered too. I'm just saying.
We don't necessarily have a subjective thought in this whole situation. Okay, so we are in the business of just getting the truth out there. We're not in the business of putting anyone else's life in danger. Matter of fact, we're in the business of preventing.
The detective assures Arthurs that all of his claims will be investigated. Arthurs expresses concerns for the safety of himself and the detectives for having that information, which shows a degree of paranoia. Devin Arthurs was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 3 counts of armed kidnapping, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Since 2020, Arthurs has received competency restoration treatment after experts told the judge that his mental condition made him incapable of a rational understanding of the court proceedings. They diagnosed Arthurs with schizophrenia and autism, among other conditions. His trial is still pending. That's the end of today's video. If you liked what you watched,
He not gonna get away with that. I'm gonna shoot the horn because I know he's still chilling in jail. He not gonna get away with that. That was definitely a case of you want to be crazy. Well, I'm gonna show you crazy. That was definitely a case of that. Hey Bradley, what's good? Shout out Bradley, man. Welcome to the chat. He snuck in right at the end, man. Right at the end, Bradley stuck in, man. Shout out Bradley, man. We always gotta show the members love when they step in the building. But yeah, man. I think that was a cool little stream, you know. Chat, you was definitely chatting. You guys were the star of the show as always. You guys have me cracking up, man. Cracking up. Really good chat today. Ladies, shout out y'all, man. Ladies definitely showed up tonight. They was letting me know. All the ladies in the chat was letting me know. You know, they was letting me know tonight. Like they was participating in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. Definitely love talking to the ladies. Yeah, man, we had a really good show though, man. We chilling, man. We had a good day, but we'll definitely I can't even speak right now, but we'll definitely be back on later. You know what I mean. So look out for us, Late Night Creep. You know what I mean. Have your post notifications on. Shout out Chris today, man, for being today's episode sponsor. And also shout out all the Sheena. She sent some jewels in. Ocean sent some jewels in. Yeah, that was it. Those are today's sponsors, man. So appreciate you guys, for sure. But I'll see y'all later. Peace and love.